A very good morning. It's Mark. It is going on 8 a.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. GMT, Thursday, February the 6th. And let's start on the dollar index. I was looking at Bitcoin. You can see that, but we will get to Bitcoin shortly. Dollar index always a starting point and very central for, in my opinion, all the instruments that we look at. The natural starting point for me is to see how the dollar index is performing on a daily. And there we see US dollar starting strong today after three really strong days of sell-off and setting support here at just above the 107 level, 107.19. Today opened at 107.48, yesterday's close, and so far higher. Not by much, but a little bit higher than yesterday's high at 107.87 and almost at that 108 level. Let's see if buyers can get to that 108 level. Bear in mind, US session about to get underway. And as we've seen, and I know I do keep repeating it because it is that relevant, how often we see the trends that we're looking at in the US dollar index, the S&P, and all our major instruments, we see the trend change, the momentum, the bias reverse once the US session does get underway following the Asian and European sessions. So for now, US dollar has started strong and sitting just a little bit above yesterday's high and still going, looking good. Let's see how that plays out once the US session does get underway. S&P, bearing in mind we in pre-market trading, equity markets, Wall Street opens up in an hour and a half for starters, following three strong days, clear inverse relationship between the S&P and the US dollar. Three strong days, started a little bit higher. You can see there is a small green candle, went as high as 6,100, and that's the level buyers have been looking to test, but given up already a little bit of that and sitting at 6,096. But that will materialize, and we'll see how that goes once Wall Street opens up in an hour and a half, and see if we continue to see the inverse relationship between US dollar and S&P. Gold. Don't often see any form of red when it comes to a daily candlestick on gold. Slightly, you can see that it did come down in today's trading session to 2,848, slightly below that 2,850 level. I think some profit taking, a natural retracement after such a strong uptrend. And I see that as opposed to lack of demand at these levels. If we just have a look how this red candlestick, the daily candlestick, came to be, let's go to the hourly. And there you can see, there is since yesterday, since those record highs at 2,881, slight sell-off on the hourly. There it is, a few hours ago, all the way down to, like we said, 2,848, fighting its way back. And by the way, for those looking to rejoin the pre-existing uptrend, we go to the shorter time frames and we do look for signals like this, where the hourly takes a breather, retracement, profit taking, and then get a signal in our EMAs that has crossed over again at 2,865. Let's see how that develops for the day. Let's have a look at oil. Very, very strong downtrend on Brent, and buyers just not stepping in. Yesterday's really strong sell-off. Today, buyers took it up to 75.27. It's now back below 75. It's at 74.81. That 74.50 support there we can see that it tested 2 days ago. Strong support level, strong support area. Yesterday didn't get quite as low as the day before. Buyers looking for a bounce off the 74.50 area, but bias is down, trend is down, and sellers firmly in control at this point. Sellers will be looking to test and break the 74.50 and then come down to the 74 level. Bitcoin. So far today, excuse me, so far today, Bitcoin pretty much the same range as yesterday. You can see that. Yesterday's close at 96,500. That's today's open. Been as high as yesterday's high, 99,000. So buyers are looking to test higher so far today, looking for that to break above that 99. The next natural level on the upside will be the 100,000, where sellers will look to bring this back down, turn it around, come back to the open at the 96, and then look for the low 90s. But at the low 90s, even as high as 95,000, if I scroll out, you'll see why I'm saying low 90s. In all this area, and we've seen it the whole of from the end of last year, the low 90s, 91, 92,000, that's where buyers step in. They show demand and they fight back. Didn't even go as low this time. You can see at this time, meaning over the past week, the 1 day down to 91,000, but that was sharply reversed. The last few days around the 95, 96,000 buyers have stepped in. Let's see if buyers will attempt the 100,000 level again. Good trading, guys. I will keep you posted and see you at the end of day session. Good trading.